things you can do with this. Big things here, celebrities or including your own portrait. This is again where we get into customization. These actually are not so difficult to do, and you can actually play around at the website yourself. But here's an example from Tagxedo.com, and this is Megan Fox. I believe that's how you say her name. If not, I apologize. I do not go out and watch a lot of movies these days, so that's what we have on the left, and it's a great contrast to President Obama on the right, where it's a little bit more, it's got the black, a little bit of white, and then these, you know, other kind of colors that just really pop out. Now again, this may be from like a news article. We see the words that are popping out: President Obama, House, cuts, Republicans. Okay, if he was coming over for dinner, you might want that to say Democrats, you know, FYI, but you know, obviously Republicans were mentioned quite a bit in whatever source was used. So something to think about, how to use this in a business and, you know, personally, and have fun with it. This is Wordle's homepage, and this shows you some of the examples even right here on their homepage of different word art that they have had made. And you notice, you know, a trend. You're not seeing like specific shapes. They kind of just, they're randomly kind of done, depending on like if you choose vertical or horizontal, and then the words that you have. And they come up with some really interesting things. I think that's what's really fun about them. But not as exciting as where we're headed towards Tagxedo, and you're going to see why. Some important things before we get started, though. You need to know some tips for creating word clouds. One of the things, when you do use Tagxedo, you will need to download Microsoft Silverlight on your computer if you don't already have it. The good news is the program Tagxedo and Microsoft Silverlight does run both on Macs and PC, so you Mac users are not left out. Everybody can use it. Also, just a reminder with word clouds, make sure that the words that you want to stand out are being used a lot. That's important. If it does not happen, they will end up smaller. Okay? Another important feature to realize is, because we're dealing with a bunch of different fonts, and font artists, I think they're typographists, I don't know the technical name, but they come up with these incredible fonts and with these fun names and all that. Okay, but sometimes they're all lowercase and some are all like uppercase, and then you've of course got your regular upper and lower. Okay, if you need to have upper and lower, be aware of that when you're choosing fonts. Okay, so you're not frustrated. Like if you're doing like a bunch of names and you really want it to be upper and lowercase, then you know, be aware of that. Another huge thing, and this was something that I ran into when I first started using Wordle, and I actually had to go hunt down how to do this myself. You want certain words a lot of times together. Such with me, it was Lisa Marie Coaching, Directly Successful, Honey Badgers, you know, first and last names. You need to use the little swoosh or the tilde, which is right above the tab key on most keyboards. Okay, and that will keep that phrase more tightly together. Now, will it be totally together and totally tight like it would be in a sentence? No, probably not. They may, you know, throw in a few small words, but basically it will help you as much as possible with WordArt to be able to do so. Okay, so right before you get ready to sit down over at Tagxedo, you want to jot down some words, or you know, maybe you want to put in a URL. Think about some shapes that maybe you want to use. Some people, like, you know, they like to just have it in a circle when they first start, or a square. You know, you can kind of see kind of what works well for you. Why I prefer Tagxedo versus other word art programs, I've given you a few reasons, but oh my goodness, there's a bazillion. And you can, you know, send me a thank you later on when you start seeing how easy and fun and all the bazillion different ways that you can use it. And that most importantly, you're not going to have some of the frustrations with dealing with some of the limitations of the other programs. One of the exciting things, there's a variety of ways to input the text. You've got options to do the automated kind of where it just fills it all up for you by just putting in an URL, and that just, you don't have to worry about copying and pasting, and you can just have the words deleted out later. Simple, easy peasy. You can also, it has a feature which I love, when you do use a URL, you're always going to want some words deleted. Okay, that was one of the frustrations I had with Wordle. I could not delete the words as easily. So you want to be able to do that. In fact, I don't think you could delete the words at all. I think you kind of had to do what you got. Yep, I'm pretty sure about that. So you can actually delete words and symbols from the text source that don't work with your theme or subject matter that you may be doing. Also, they come with some apps that you can use for Facebook and Twitter to kind of auto-populate, the text area, so that it's kind of like done for you. This is why it's so popular. It's quick, it's fun, it's fast. I just quick and fast. Okay, yeah, they're synonyms, but it's so quick. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And one of the cool features too is that it does have an ability to share your work with other people via social media, and they've got a couple different options. Super cool. The ability to print, very important, but really, okay, the real reason why I'll always be a Tagxedo fan and why Wordle totally lost me really was the save option. You had to basically do a screenshot, and then of course you lose a little bit of your resolution doing that. This way you get to use either the JPEG or PNG or PNG files, and you get to choose your resolutions. Oh my goodness, you are just spoiled for all the different options. It is amazing. Also, there are more font options. Not only that, you can choose, do you want 1, 2, or 3 different fonts, or do you want all of them? Or even better, the ability to upload additional fonts or use your own custom made fonts. Yes, I know you guys didn't, I don't know if some of you didn't know this, but you can actually make your own font. You could use your own handwriting and do your own font. Your kids' handwriting. Not sure if you want that, but it could be really super fun and cool. Very creative. You can now have options for shapes, which, I mean, I would have loved that. That's, again, one of my top 3 or 4 favorite things about Tagxedo is having the shape options. And if you don't really feel very creative and you kind of just want to see what they do, you can just use that. Or create your own custom shapes. And that's also very easy. Everything's like just upload and it's there. Really cool, you can do custom backgrounds with Tagxedo. That's something that no one else offers. So if you really want the WordArt to be like an overlay on a background or a portrait, you are able to do that. And that's, I think, going to have some really exciting advanced features that are going to provide a different experience. I'm really excited about that. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this in a bit, but you can actually use this WordArt and brand physical products in minutes and get that message of yours out there to people. And oh my goodness, that was thrilling to find that out. Now you're saying, okay, well, what are some other ways for text sources? I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Okay, well, of course you can think of Facebook and Twitter. There's websites, blogs, Wikipedia, but you can even use poems, short stories, songs, inspirational quotes, text from cards, marketing material, a blog that's on a certain topic or theme that you're interested in, and of course your imagination or somebody else's. If if your husband is, your partner, your BFF, your kids are giving things to you, write them down. Here are the 2 apps that you can use for Facebook and Twitter to auto-populate those text areas in Tagxedo. And then if you are struggling, like, these ideas really aren't getting you going, or you're wanting more of some maybe more personal ideas, there's 101 ways that they have come up that you can use Tagxedo. So I'm sure that they have come up with a bazillion different ways than I can even think of. I mostly focus on things that I've done and that have to do with your business branding, but I would totally check that out. And then of course, come and hang out with me over at Lisa Marie Coaching and join our infographic course, which does discuss WordArt. You can sign up over on the sign up tab on my page, and we will get even more into this topic. And hold on just a moment, and we're going to go ahead and get into a quick tutorial